I've been afraid to fail in public. I stopped myself from getting started on things because I was afraid that it wasn't going to be perfect right away. But it's like, how am I going to get better? How am I going to get perfect, quote unquote? It's not our goal to be perfect. Perfect is an illusion, right? But like, how am I going to get better at the thing if I'm not doing the thing? Like, if you think about it, how are you going to become a better tennis player if you don't play tennis? And it's the same with like content creation, which was my big cock block, is like, how do you get better at content creation if you're not actually creating content? And so many of us, myself included, we try and make the perfect plan, but what's actually happening is that we are hiding behind the plan. The endless planning is stopping us from executing, is stopping us from actually putting ourselves out there and maybe publicly failing slash posting something that doesn't look the way we thought it would look. And now I'm not saying to not invest any time into optimizing things. Like, I do think we should learn. We should take the feedback that we do get online and also the lack thereof as information and, find ways to do that better. But we can only do that when we are actually putting ourselves out there. And I know this is not just a problem of like business beginners or content creators that are just starting. This can literally happen to people, because this was me, I know it, I've been there, who have literally grown successful businesses by putting themselves out there. I think for me, it was this thing of like, oh my God, now I am what people call successful. Now it has to look more successful. Now it has to look better. Like, okay, we build a multiple six-figure business just being a hot mess express, just like posting whatever we want. Like, great. But now we are here, we need to become more professional. And this needs to be elevated and that needs to be elevated. And again, if there's like a true, genuine calling to like optimize something, to make something better, like by all means, immerse yourself in that. But don't forget to do, because the doing is what actually makes you better at what you're doing. And I know it sucks to feel like we're failing in public. I know we can be very hard on ourselves and be like, well, it's a shit post that I posted. Of course it didn't get any likes. But then maybe there was a moment to like put a little bit more effort in or watch another YouTube video on how to actually do it better. Because I think a lot of times there's also like this weird blend, at least that's what I see with a lot of my clients. And I've also done this before, where we're kind of rushing our creations because we feel like we gotta be fast, we gotta be out there, we gotta be making money, we gotta grow our communities. And so we rush things rather than like intentionally creating with what's actually aligned with like our skill set. Like for me, for example, I always knew better on how to create good content that I was doing. And so of course, I was never really happy with what I was putting out there because it was rushed. It wasn't something that I was proud of. And I think there's a moment that we can all get to where we're like, okay, this is maybe not the best piece of content that the internet has ever seen, but it's a piece of content that I am proud of. And within this, of course, this method doesn't really work on a bad day. I wouldn't trust my judgment on that when I'm like about to have my period. Pre-period Christina is a lot more strict than ovulation Christina. But if ovulation Christina can get behind it, then it's good enough. But anyways, this is your sign to stop planning, stop overthinking, and allow yourself to fail in public. I know this is not a fun thing, but I do know that also it is what creates the results. We only learn actually through, yes, a little bit pre-learning, but then through implementing. And I think a lot of us were bullshitting ourselves. We watch YouTube video after YouTube video. We watch Instagram reel after Instagram reel on like how to do the perfect reel, how to make the perfect TikTok, how to record the perfect YouTube channel, when the reality is you just have to do it and get better over time. Now, thank you for watching and you're welcome. I'll see you in the next video.